A Trip to the Movies. Part 1. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon. Emma and Jack were best friends. They loved watching movies together. Today was special. A new movie was coming out. It was the world premiere of The Mystery in the Shadows. Everyone in town was talking about it. The posters were everywhere. Emma called Jack early in the morning. "Jack, are you ready?" "Today is the big day," she said with excitement. "Yes. I have been waiting for this all week," Jack replied. "Let's meet at the cinema at 3 p.m. at 2:30 p.m. Emma left her house. She wore her favorite hoodie and carried a small bag with popcorn money. The cinema was only 10 minutes away. On her way, she saw a strange black cat sitting on the corner. The cat had bright green eyes. It stared at her as she passed. "That's odd," Emma thought. "I don't remember seeing that cat before at the cinema." Jack was already waiting. He was holding 2 tickets. "Emma, look, I got the last 2 seats in the center row," he said. "Perfect. This will be so much fun." Emma smiled. They went inside. The cinema was full of people. Everyone was excited. The lights dimmed. The movie started, but then something strange happened. The screen flickered. A cold wind blew through the room. Emma shivered. "Did you feel that?" She whispered to Jack. "Yes, that's strange. Are the windows open?" Jack asked, but the cinema had no windows. Suddenly, the screen showed not the movie but a dark forest. A voice whispered from the speakers, "Do you want to play a game?" Emma and Jack looked at each other in shock. "Is this part of the movie?" Emma asked nervously. "I don't think so," Jack said. "Something feels wrong." Then the lights went out. When they came back on, Emma and Jack were no longer in their seats. They were standing in the middle of a dark forest. "Where are we?" Emma gasped. Jack looked around. "I think we're inside the movie." Part 2. Emma grabbed Jack's arm. "This can't be real. We were just in the cinema." Jack shook his head. "I don't know how, but we're here now. Stay close to me." The forest was dark and cold. Strange shadows moved between the trees. They could hear whispers, like many voices talking at once. The ground was covered in thick fog. Suddenly, a figure appeared in front of them. It was a man in an old black cloak. His face was pale, and his eyes glowed red. "Welcome, players," the man said in a deep, echoing voice. "You wanted to watch the mystery in the shadows, but now you must survive it." Emma's heart raced. "What do you mean, survive?" The man pointed at a narrow path in the forest. "You have 1 hour to find the key and escape. If you fail, you will stay here forever." Then he disappeared into thin air. Jack took a deep breath. Okay, we can do this. It's just like a game, right?" Emma nodded nervously. "I hope so. But where do we start?" They began walking down the path. After a few minutes, they heard laughter. It was high and sharp. "Who's there?" Jack called. Out of the fog jumped a tiny creature. It looked like a mix between a monkey and a bat. It had big yellow eyes and sharp teeth, but it was wearing a little top hat. "Hello, travelers." It squeaked. "I'm Tycho. I can help you find the key for a price." "What price?" Emma asked carefully. Tycho grinned. "Answer my riddle." "Fail." and it'll send you deeper into the forest. Jack whispered to Emma. Do we have a choice? Emma shook her head. No. Let's hear it. Tycho clapped its hands. Here is the riddle I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? Emma and Jack looked at each other. A ghost? Emma guessed. Tycho shook his head. Wrong. One more try. Jack thought hard. Wait, is it an echo? Tycho's eyes widened. Correct. It jumped with joy. Here, take this map. It will lead you to the key. Emma took the map. Thank you, I think. But as they walked away, Tycho called out, Be careful. Not all creatures here are as friendly as me. Suddenly, a loud growl echoed through the forest. The ground shook. Something big was coming. Part 3. The growl grew louder. Trees shook and birds flew into the dark sky. Emma and Jack froze. What is that? Emma whispered. Clutching the map. Jack pulled her behind a large tree. I don't know. But we need to move before it sees us. From behind the trees. A giant shadow appeared. It was a huge wolf with glowing blue eyes. Its fur looked like swirling smoke, and its claws left marks that sizzled on the ground. It's a shadow wolf, Jack said, remembering the name from the movie's trailer. They guard the forest. If it catches us, we're done. The wolf sniffed the air and turned its head toward them. Its eyes locked on their hiding spot. Run. Jack shouted. They ran as fast as they could, the wolf chasing behind. The fog grew thicker, making it hard to see. Emma almost tripped on a tree root, but Jack caught her arm. This way. Emma pointed to a small cave ahead. They dove inside just as the wolf lunged. Its claws scraped the entrance, but it couldn't fit through. It growled and then disappeared back into the fog. Emma collapsed on the cave floor, breathing hard. That was too close. Jack nodded. We can't keep running like this. Let's check the map. Maybe it shows a shortcut to the key. They spread out the map. A red X marked a spot near something called the Mirror Lake. But a warning was written under it, Beware the laughing lady. Great. Another creepy thing, Emma groaned. Jack sighed. We have no choice. Let's go. As they left the cave, the forest seemed darker than before. Strange lights floated above the ground, leading them to a wide, still lake. The water was black and shiny like glass. This must be Mirror Lake. Emma whispered. On the other side. They saw a small wooden box glowing faintly. That must be the key, Jack said. But how do we cross? Suddenly, soft laughter echoed around them. A tall woman in a white dress appeared on the water's surface. Her long black hair hid her face. She floated closer, her feet never touching the lake. Visitors, she said in a sweet but eerie voice. Do you wish to cross? Yes, Emma said, trying to sound brave. The woman tilted her head. Then you must make me laugh. Tell me a joke. But beware, if I do not laugh, I will pull you into the water forever. Emma and Jack looked at each other nervously. I'm not good at jokes. Jack whispered. He'll try, Emma said, stepping forward. Why don't skeletons fight each other? The woman stayed silent. Emma took a deep breath. Because they don't have the guts. For a moment, the forest was quiet. Then, the woman let out a loud, echoing laugh. Clever girl, she said. You may pass." She waved her hand, and a path of glowing stones appeared on the water. "Go quickly. Before I change my mind," she added with a grin. Emma and Jack hurried across the stones. They reached the wooden box and opened it. Inside was a golden key, glowing with light. "We did it," Jack said, holding it up, but as soon as they touched the key, the forest began to shake. The sky turned red. Oh," Emma said. "I think something bad is happening." Part 4. The red sky cracked like glass, and a deep voice boomed from above. "You found the key, but can you escape?" The forest twisted around them. Trees stretched into strange shapes. The ground split open, revealing glowing lava beneath. "Run!" Jack shouted. Grabbing Emma's hand, they sprinted back across the glowing stones. The laughing lady was gone, and the path began breaking apart behind them. Pieces of stone sank into the black water with loud splashes. Emma clutched the key tightly. "Where's the exit? How do we get out of here? Look." Jack pointed to a glowing door in the distance. It floated in midair, surrounded by golden light. Above it, a sign read "Exit. Use the key." They raced toward it, dodging falling branches and cracks in the ground. But suddenly, the shadow wolf reappeared, blocking their way. Its blue eyes glowed brighter than before, and black smoke curled from its mouth. "It's not going to let us pass," Emma cried. Jack looked around and spotted a fallen branch. He picked it up like a sword. "Go, Emma. Use the key." "You'll distract it." "No. We can make it together," Emma shouted. But before they could decide, Tycho, the small creature, appeared, riding on the wolf's back. "Wait, wait. Stop fighting." Tycho called. The wolf froze and sat down like an obedient dog. Tycho jumped to the ground. "You won the game. You found the key. The wolf can't hurt you now," Tycho said, smiling. Emma and Jack stared at him, confused. "What do you mean?" Emma asked. "This was a test," Tycho explained. "The movie's magic wanted to see if you were brave and clever enough. And you were." The golden door opened wider. "Now go, before the magic closes," Tycho said, "and take this as a gift." He handed them a small silver coin with strange symbols. "Thanks, I guess," Jack said, still unsure if he could trust the creature. Emma and Jack stepped through the glowing door. In an instant, they were back in the cinema. The screen was playing the movie's credits. People were cheering and clapping like nothing had happened. Emma looked at Jack. "Did all of that really happen?" Jack opened his hand. The silver coin from Tycho was still there. "Yes," he said with a small smile. "It really happened." They left the cinema, the night air cool and calm. But as they walked home, they noticed the black cat from earlier sitting on a wall. Its green eyes glowed as it watched them. Emma whispered, "Do you think we'll ever go back?" The cat blinked slowly, and somewhere in the distance, they heard Tycho's laughter. Jack grinned. "I hope not, but if we do, at least we know how to play the game."